Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new week of streaming for us on Transformers Earth Wars. Hello, everyone. Should we start saying hello from the people that are joining us?
Yes, let's start doing a sound check, just in case.
Yeah, true.
Yes, because we never know what will happen. Do you hear us? Please say something in the chat if you cannot hear us. But it seems everything is okay.
I think it should
Uh,
be all right.
yeah, it seems so. So you can start with the highs, Fabian.
Yeah, so today joining us on Twitch, we have Soundwave37, Toasted Roasted Peanuts, Skinny33, Blaze Gigaby, K9 Stand, 57 Echo, Dave88 Prime, Calculon, Crocodile, God of Kindness, Devilish Fun, and Jeffrey MM. Hello to you guys. Oh, wait, there's more. I need to scroll down. Hello to Papi Blaze, the Booster Bot, and finally Laser Claw and me, Rampage 14. Hello to you guys.
Nice. Our friends from Facebook. Hello to Samuel Grave, James Proctor. Wow, Kutiva. Sorry if I didn't say your name correctly. Cody Woodgate, Scott Sanford, Joshua Eaton, Donald Jones, and many other friends that join us in Facebook. And
Today on YouTube, hello to Blastwave, Irving Ocampo, Michael Rabi, Wreck and Rule, Ramses Chan, Chris Sunstreaker Waza, Chip Irving Ocampo, I already said that, Safir Cantrell, and Optimus, Destroyer Fire Rage, Victory Star Saber, Randall Hamilton, and I think, no, we have Light Dragoon. Hello to Joseph Lovett, The Bearded Camp, Coy Vulotex, Robin Armstrong, Greg Pettigrew, Sean Fortune, and finally LG Gav.
nice. Welcome to everyone. To this
Excuse me if I
stream.
don't like watch you in the screen today. I have the other screen over there. I have to like an emergency change of plan because I need to plug that guy to show you some bots today.
Oh, that's okay. They are also asking, where is Yanis? Where is Yanis? He's fixing some stuff. He's doing what he does best. That is fixing some problems we had in some of the servers for the beta game. And yeah, he may join us later. But yeah, there was something urgent. He had to take a look.
Yeah, something came up like literally 5 minutes ago, but he might
Yeah.
definitely join us.
If there is something to come on a Thursday, stream Thursday, it will always come during the stream time or like 5-10 minutes before. So there is always a lot of emotion.
I don't know if we timed that well because we always have like a content push on Thursday. With I know we always aim at having no issues there, but if there is, they're prone to happen on that time. So I don't know.
Absolutely. We survive. We adapt. Okay.
Cool. So today we're going to talk about the event that's going to happen this weekend. It's called Restorative Justice. We're going to read a little bit of the dialogues that come with this weekend Saga event. We're not going to show Scattershot and Leodak just now. As you have seen in the newsletter, they are still in progress. We're going to talk about the ability level 11 that were just released today, I guess an hour ago, not even. There are some battle challenge in the game live now. We're going to play them here and we're just going to like run through the ability level 11 for you. We are going to show, on the other hand, the new combat bots. We're probably just going to show them in the showroom for you. Yeah, and I think that will be probably it. We'll also run some trivia, and we would like to remind you that you can ask us your questions. We might not reply straight away, but we generally just like pick them from the chat, and we allocate some time during the stream to reply to them.
Yeah. Well, we are one less pair of eyes to pick up questions, but yeah, if you see we don't answer the question, you can just write it again. But it's just something manual we do, like jumping from channel to channel, trying to fish these questions. And sometimes if we don't answer some, it's not intentional, it's just because we didn't see it. So, restorative justice, that's quite a name. And if we remember what happened on the last sagas and last weeks, we had Afterbreaker, Flame War, they have some food there, and we're trying to get a solution on Afterbreaker. And yeah, that's kind of a restorative justice between vengeance or just solving his issue with a transformation cock that is avoiding them to turn into a combiner. But despite the situation, this is a good weekend coming up with a 4-star event. So this is one per every other saga, where you can get some of the rewards that we can see on the lineup. It's claimed already because this is a test environment, but I can tell you what is in there. It's a lot of spark, like combiner, normal, and combat spark, like 50,000 of each in different tiers. They have been gradually or granularly added into different ranks of the event. So even for low-level players, you can get any of these different sparks. Also, the 3-star shards, also the 4-star shards in one package of 2,500, so you can spend them to exchange it for a bot, either of your main faction or alternate faction. And there are some gold chips that guarantees you a bot or defense gold chip for your defenses or your offenses. And then if you scroll up a bit, or in this case scroll down,
Sorry.
it's all right.
I'm trying to pick
To
the
the-
questions as well.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Multitasking here.
Yeah, and yeah, there is a G1. G1,
Wait.
yeah, there. G1, G-Metal G1 power core for one of your bots. It's a random one, but it's kind of a big deal there, so it requires some effort. I think it's put in half million points for all the alliance to go over the weekend to get it, and also it's super XP. So you are not just playing for the rewards; you are playing for a lot of XP for your bots. For a fun weekend, and then the usual higher tiers with the total spark that grants a bunch of spark. So overall, it's a very good. I think it's a good lineup to spend the weekend. With the addition, I think the big deal there is the 4-star crystal and the G Metal G1 core that we don't often see them. So good luck with that. And that's the event.
Cool. Should we just jump into the dialogue, or? Well, no, I'm just going to reply a couple of questions, really quick ones. Some people will say, like, is there update time? Yes, there has been a content update. If you log into the game, you're going to be able to see the new ability level 11, which you can try first in a challenge battle because it's a bit of an investment. So you just want to try them out and see if you like them. So we put that challenge battle for you. Apart from that, new combat bots, yes, we've announced them, I think 2 weeks ago. They were in your newsletter. If you missed that, we're going to show them today. And finally, there was quite a funny question. Why didn't you give Octopunch Tornado Sharkticon spawning? I guess it's in reference of this Sharknado movie.
That was the dream. That was the dream.
It was the dream, yeah. Didn't happen, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the tech just to implement this, it was complicated, and it was better to just release this improved skill than not having it at all. So, some other questions. I will help you. Can the 4-star be no duplicate? Not in this event, but we have these yearly events, usually landing on the game anniversary, where you can get a 4-star no duplicate. And of course, we cannot run this every other month, but yeah, every year you have the chance, and still you can be lucky and get a 4-star you are missing, or in the not so good scenario, maybe you get 180 5-star shards, you get a G metal from the duplicate, you get some stuff from the duplicate, so it's pretty good.
Hey guys,
Oh,
jumping in quite late.
who is
We've
here?
warned them that something came up and you might jump
Yeah, I
in.
was fighting fires. It's all good.
It's all good. And you arrived just in time for the dialogue.
Your favorite
Oh
part.
yes, I didn't miss it now. I'll try to
Are
find
you
the stream, by the way.
Are we doing Autobot or Decepticon? I'm not sure. Is it? Yeah, it's Autobot and Decepticon this week. 1 or 2.
Yeah. it's a bit short, I think, Autobot, and it's up to you.
I don't mind. Either way.
Oh yeah.
Why? Yes, of course. I know what DevZorus is.
And you didn't think to share this intel with anyone, Brainstorm?
No one asked wrong. You have to understand, I allocated subliminally, naturally, a tiny percentage of my overall data core capacity to monitoring Guy Oak's Ether Strata utterances.
Right, but somehow these nuggets of information didn't even seem important? Worth sharing?
Well, no. You see, Trailbreaker, I absorb trillion upon trillions of seemingly inconsequential nuggets of information hourly that are then sifted and categorized and sorted until info clusters grow, forming their own colony.
Enough! We are asking now. Where is the Soros and his own growing colony of combiner components?
Well, you see, Noscone, when I say I know where he is, it's a small series of fragmentary allusions sewn together into a quilt of general area that might be where...
Someone give me a blaster now! Because if I don't get a straight answer from you soon, Brainstorm, the shooting starts.
Look, Brainstorm, we are tired of sitting back and waiting for the Soros to cobble together Lio Kaiser, his new combiner.
So we decided to get proactive. Do unto them what was done unto us. Well, me. In other words, Afterbreaker, not an all-out assault, but rather target one of the Gestalt pieces and remove them from the board, so to speak.
No transformation. Oh, okay.
Sorry, go.
No transformation cock, no combining. At least until after Afterbreaker's backs in it's back in the game.
I'm assembling a strike team, Brainstorm. Want to be on it?
Goodness, no. I've got far too much on my plate to go off gallivanting on some glorified ground assholes.
Good lord, this Brainstorm.
This Brainstorm. So annoying.
That was a proper English test.
Yeah. Written especially for us by Simon Furman. Made my life difficult on the dialogue.
You should get him once to just come in and just do the dialogue. Just get him back in the stream.
But we do the dialogue that time. It could be revenge. It could be restorative justice. So we went through the event, the first star for the weekend, some Metal G1, so it's pretty good. And we were getting some questions. Some of the usuals. What is the Optimus Prime trailer? Do you want to answer this one?
Yeah.
It's behind. Yeah, no plans to add it for now, as the bot is as it is. Is there a War for Cybertron Optimus Prime? If you mean the skin, there is one, of course. If you mean a total different character, there is not. We have already many Optimuses. So for now, it's only the skin. You can apply it into it. Any plans for new gameplay other than raiding? Well, we have elimination mode. Raiding is also under the radar.
Raiding is the goal of the game, so we can alternate. We did alternate for raids, and then there was like mixed reactions for them. So it's better to just stick to the usual setup, and then maybe change some tweaks on that. But I don't think we'll just branch off too much from that, pretty much, because that's what most people enjoy anyway in the game, what they've been used to.
Cool. Any more questions?
There's a question about if we're gonna tweak the Z energy on farming, like for the gap between zone 12 and zone 13. I am planning on doing something like that. I do want to increase some of the zone 13 and below, the zone 12 and below. So we're probably gonna tweak it next week. Probably was gonna do it this week, but there were some other problems with the new ability level 11, but it's gonna happen, I think, probably next week. We're gonna tweak it a bit.
Is there, speaking of raids, is there new bases layout planned?
Maybe.
Yeah. We said, I think we said that about 2 weeks ago, like maybe we want to have a look at raids.
No, we definitely want to revisit, probably make some introduce some new defenses, some new mechanics, some new fun into them, rebalance them. We are planning a few kind of ideas of how to make them better for like lower alliances, higher alliances. So there are a few ideas we want to play, but it remains to be seen what we can do and what will happen. But stay tuned for that.
Good, cool. Some interesting questions.
Any update on HQ 17.5?
I think you're gonna start seeing stuff coming soon. We actually have, I think, finished with most of the art side and the mechanics. It's more of like gonna be just moving on to the balancing after this. So it's too early to start promising stuff. But I can probably say that there is gonna be 2 new buildings. There's gonna be some extra other stuff and tweaks to the existing buildings. There's not gonna be a massive change to the stats of other stuff, so you won't have a new level for the existing defenses, but you might be able to have some new cores. There's gonna be a new building that's gonna be really interesting. So I'm not gonna say more, and there's an extra other stuff. So it's gonna be fun. It's still gonna be the same level of probably the defenses because they're not gonna go up, but there's gonna be a lot of extra additions going on that will actually change a lot of the game, and people will have a lot of more options and more different setups because of all these things happening. So it's gonna be an interesting one to balance, an interesting thing. I hope for you guys coming forwards. So I don't know when, probably maybe next stream we're probably gonna start talking a bit more about it.
Yeah, sounds like a good time frame. Yeah, and as you said, it's like we kind of like focus more on new stuff than just like raising the stat on existing stuff. So yeah, hopefully you'll find it fun. I'm not sure if there is any question. We can also like maybe start talking about the ability level 11.
Let's do that, and we can take some more questions later.
Yeah, so they were announced. I think the detail of them were announced in this week or last week newsletter. If you haven't seen that, there are news feeds in the game now that you can go and check out. There is the details, so you can just like see it there or directly see it on the bot. It's the same thing. I'm going to upgrade an ability just now so you can see it. But yeah, on the details, we've started with a batch of 10 bots. The first one are Optimus and Megatron, of course. What they're going to do now is that they're going to shield your allies from 40% of the received damage as you start their ability. So their ability now goes like rally Autobots or Decepticon to engage the target and shield them 40% of received damage, then charge it, dealing damage over time and crushing walls along the way. So we have also made a change. We talked about it with the playtester, and like a lot of people were reporting not upgrading Optimus ability because if you do too much damage, you destroy the target and you lose the effect of the inspiring charge on your allies. So what we've done is we've kind of like made the damage over time on the ability. So it does the same damage, but it's just going to take longer, leaving you the time for your allies to actually walk towards the target before it gets destroyed. So this change is available from level 1 to level 10, and the 40% shield on your allies is available at level 11 as a bonus for ability level 11.
So hopefully we stop seeing like level 2 Optimus Prime's ability level, because it's the only one that you just don't want to upgrade until now the ability level.
Yeah. Second one is Bumblebee and Scrapnel. Kind of like the ability remains kind of the same. It just does twice as much damage, two times more damage on the EMP effect. We have Air Raid and Slipstream. So what they do is they actually stun the target during the 20 seconds, which the effect is active. Just a reminder, the effect is that if you destroy the target between these 20 seconds, the bomb explodes. It does more damage than in the past because we have increased the ability damage for every level of the ability by about 10%. It was actually already quite high. So 10%
It's also really cheap as an ability. So it's one of the abilities when I was working on it, I was worried that it might be too OP now because it does a lot of damage. Of course, you have to think that you need an extra ability in order to destroy it. But when you compare the extra ability and the ability itself, it's usually around just, but it does a lot more. I think it's around the same damage, just a bit more range than just master.
I think if you use it with an airstrike, it tends to be like cheaper than Jazz, but it has the problem that you have to take 2 bots to actually perform the airstrike. But yeah, it's kind of like it's a good ratio damage for points. RC, so the decoy now explode on 0 health, stunning the nearby target. And it does that for 8 seconds for every star level, apart from the 5 star, which is 10 seconds. And finally, Autobot Jazz and Mixmaster. So you know how it does a lot of damage in a small area, and it does half of that damage in another area just around.
So extend the range, but extend the range also only takes like half the damage of the initial one. I think at some point at the start of it, we did have it do the whole range just a little bit further out, and then it just was too powerful. So we decided like that's not a good approach. That's a good way of just destroying the whole base.
Here we go.
So this is a challenge battle. You can actually find it in game available right now, I think.
So if you use Inspiring Charge, you will probably notice that you will do less damage as you hit, but then the damage will keep on hitting.
And all your bots are going to have the shield. Well, until the target is destroyed, I guess.
Bumblebee, more damage. It's not as spectacular. You cannot really see exactly what's happening, but it just does a lot more damage. What can we do?
Just in the middle of that of the scanner, I think. Always too far down, so you won't be able to do that. Or maybe do Ash.
Let's do air red here, and then I don't know what to hit it with though. I was hoping for Jazz, but then it's just too much. Let's see.
We should probably have Firefly in this thing because it would be otherwise quite hard to do it. So you can see actually the range of just actually everything.
Actually destroy the scanner and destroy the whole area as a consequence, yeah. Oh, not in range.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the first 5 of them. There's 2 challenge battle because there's like 10 bots and we could not put them all in one. So we'll jump to the next one. Anything you wanted to add, Yanis, on those?
No, I mean I think they're pretty cool. I mean, some of them might not be a good incentive for people to just take a bot all the way to 11, but considering we're gonna do all the bots, like everyone is gonna have, we cannot make all the ability 11 something like, oh, I have to take this bot from 5, if I never had level team all the way to 11. But it will be something nice for people that actually love the bot and actually have inquired level if they want to go that extra level. It always gives an extra buff and bonus that is gonna be useful if you have the spark and the currency to do it. I think personally. From that list, I definitely like for me like 3 bots. I definitely want to take it through. But I mean options like if we don't force people to just do for all bots, but surely if you have an RC that's like level 10 is like it has like around level 10, like you will want to take it to the extra level.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, before we get to the next batch, I'm just gonna show you how it's gonna look for you. If you go there, you will see it's the same, exactly the same as going from 9 to 10, exactly the same principle. The only difference is that you're gonna see the upgrade bonus when you level 10 and you go to the improve ability, and you see what I was just saying about RC and Nightbird, decoy explode on 0 health, stunning target. So you can see the cost here, and then if you upgrade and decide to upgrade here on that screen, you can see the updated description because yeah, obviously the new bonus is included in the description of the overall ability, which you're going to see in the battle.
So continuing with the rest now?
Yeah.
Because there's some questions of people actually asking for some pods, and we will actually talk about it when we get around. So I don't want to interrupt Fabian just to answer some questions.
Yeah, then we have Grimlock and Razorclaw. So what they do is that damage has been extended to a small area. So you know the ability is called Sword Rush. They transform into a biped, rush into a target, and do some damage to a target at the end. And this is the area of damage around that target that has been increased.
I mean, before there wasn't an area damage.
It was just only the target. Yeah,
it was only hitting the target. So now we actually does this damage to surrounding targets too. So quite similar. I mean, it's not that has the range of Elita one, but it's a similar kind of format. Rush in and do damage around the area that you actually targeted.
Ratchet and Hook, they also shield the targets. I mean, it's written target there, but it's going to shield everything that is caught in the healing grenade for 40% of received damage for 5 seconds. There's also something that's not exactly mentioned here, is that with Ratchet and Hook, when they get to 10 to 11, the amount of heal they deal with a healing grenade is not increased in a linear fashion. They get a nice boost in the heal, so you'll be able to see that when you upgrade. You see that
I think around level 60, if I remember correctly, it was going from 3,200 400 or something to nearly 4,000 plus or something. So there was a good jump because of the new ability 11.
Yeah. So yeah, have a look at that. Like, I think only the shield mentioned here, but have a look at the increase in heal, and maybe when you see it, you see that's something that's desirable to you.
People are asking how the shield works with other shields. I guess rank. If Russ has rank equipped and he's giving a shield to the bot, do the shields stack or do they?
I do believe they stack. I'll have to confirm that. I'll probably post that later on Discord, but yeah, I believe they stack.
Cool.
Firefly and Blastoff, a bit the same story as Jazz. Well, it's not exactly the same because it's more like the same story as Razorclaw, because you would normally hit one target and now you're going to hit targets around as well. But it also it increases the area around the airstrike, and it deals half of the damage of the airstrike around your main target. Ironhide and Bludgeon, also protective shield, but just on themselves. It lasts for 8 seconds. So that just caters a little bit to their warrior class and just make them more defensive when you send them into the.
I mean, it's not that impressive, but it aligns to the rest of the thing. Like the G1 core, for example, gives a taunt, so it's been designed to just go in and do some damage on the target, and also just get some attention from all the defenses and have some shield in order to survive it a little bit longer.
Finally, Seaspray and Octopunch. So you remember that tornado that a lot of people felt was really slow. So we had some before we talk about ability level 11. We did quite a bit of change on the bot themselves. We have increased the DPS by the DPS of the bot. So that works for the ability and also for the regular damage. We have increased the DPS by 10%, and we've doubled the tornado speed while keeping the same amount of damage on that tornado.
I don't think that exactly explains it, Fabian. Like the damage has been scaled, right?
Yeah.
So the damage has been increased because the tornado moves faster, so it actually sticks on the target less, but the damage it does is going to be comparable to how it was.
Yeah, so it's comparable.
Yeah, so we have not actually keep the same damage, but it goes faster. The damage has comparable change to the people asking. So yes, it is faster, but it will be doing the same damage because it deals more damage as it passes through.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, in reality, the tornado deals damage faster as well. That's what happens. So everything's faster. So but in the end, it would just like create the same damage to the same area if you do it before or after. It would just do it faster. Yeah. And so the ability level 11 is just gonna stun the defenses on the way for 5 seconds.
Take the spin.
So here, this Grimlock, you can see it's going to do damage around quite a lot.
Yeah.
Then we're going to use, that is Ratchet Healing Grenade here. And you can see they're going to get a shield for that. And probably a lot of heal. And then Sea Spray, we're going to send it on the little drone pad over there. And you can see the damage and the amp. The damage is quite strong now.
Narrowhide Russ.
I was about to do the airstrike. You will see that it does like now this airstrike does damage around as well.
Yeah.
And Ironhide Rush. Let's put it here and let's see him having his shield.
A lot of new effects per ability. Huh? Like visual.
And some of them are existing effects.
Well, but they do send the message. I mean, you can tell.
They are visual cues. Like we have used, for example, the one that Ironite uses is kind of like the same, but as it's because like players recognize it and it knows what it does. So that's why we use the same as well.
Nice.
So yeah, visual cues, hopefully.
So yeah, that's I guess the whole list of the build level 11. I want to remind people that this was all like an ability change, and especially an ability that on top that a lot of people are probably going to see until they get that level. It was never like our intention to totally rework on bots, like bots like Ironhide or Bumblebee. Their chance might come if we do them a 5-star, or if we do another G1 core for some of them that don't have. So that will be more opportunity for us to actually rework on tweak some of these bots. So the ability level 11 though will be powerful independent of what we do then with them.
Cool.
But yeah, I think it will be interesting. There's a lot of cool abilities. I mean, if you have a really high level like Grimlock, I mean, that's pretty awesome. Firefly does a lot more damage if the areas around. Sea Spray, if you have him leveled and you actually have good effort on him, he's actually really good. The damage is actually, I remember it because he can actually go through most of the base, actually do so much more damage and actually destroys all the beam lasers and missile launchers on the HQ level 17 on the high level. So it depends like how much effort you want to put on those bots and how much you're willing to invest, but some of them are useful, I think, or most of them are.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's going to be, obviously, we're going to keep on working on like rolling those out. We don't have an estimate for the time. We'll keep bringing them in by batch of 10. That's the goal. We'll try to like have a mix of both that are like very well used, but that like people have been asking, and also like some that maybe you have been using a little less, but try to make a nice ability level 11 for them to maybe make them relevant. So we'll see.
There's a question about actually Sea Spray. Like, does the text has changed to indicate that it does more damage?
Sorry, I didn't.
The text of the ability. So the start of the ability, has that changed?
So not really. The thing is like the ability for Sea Spray does like, it tells you the amount of damage per second. So it's not, it's hard to read sometimes because it also depends on how long you send your tornado above, but it reflects, it's a real reflection of damage.
Yeah, so it will do more damage, even though you probably won't be able to tell from the description. But because of how it works, I mean, that damage is not really applicable because it says it's 1,000 or 900 damage, but because it goes through a target, it's a bit different. So
It says per second, but this is the most accurate way to say it because sometimes it goes over defense for 1 second and sometimes it goes for 2 depending on the trajectory. So, but yeah, if you looked at your C spray yesterday and you looked at it today, you must have seen a damage increase in the description.
there's also like a lot of people asking, saying about the cost of bait is too high. To be honest, like this has always been targeted to players that are that are on the top. They've actually have invested the spark on the bots and actually have some time to save. It's not for all players to access. It is kind of the end game. It's something we want people to be saving. They are where they are because we don't want to feel at some point that you just run out of abilities and you don't need any spark or you don't need to access the rest of the game. You can save. Like, I mean, we do have every now and then tag of wars. We do give a lot of events. Z Energy, you can actually get that resource. It takes some time, but it probably takes more time to get the million spark than it will take. It takes 750,000. So I was just saying, bear with it. We always keep in check of how much is the people's inventory, like how many resources they usually have and how many usually they spend. But yeah, it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be hard, but it's meant to be kind of an end game thing. Like, so it's not gonna be easy. It's not something you can invest and just like, it's fine. I'm just gonna do it and then do it number of bots. It's meant to be something that you have to think about and something you want to totally be careful what you want to do. So yes, it will take time. It will take effort, but I mean, it's what it is. I mean, if anyone could just do ability level 11, then pretty much that's where we have. I mean, we already have kind of a problem where offense is more strong than defense. So we don't want to just give ability level 11 to everyone. You just play the game, you get the resource, and you'll be able to do it.
Oh, some spoiler there.
And we're moving on to other stuff.
I'm just, if you want to keep on answering questions, I would just like preparing the screen.
I think it's fine. I mean, I can see if there's any questions, but.
So yeah, this is Glitch. I didn't realize it was like such a big boy, maybe like the biggest combat we've ever done. It's like half of the size of Alpha Bravo.
This badge is gonna be the weird one for sure.
Yeah.
For whoever don't know what you're talking about, we're talking about the new combat bots we also announced. So Glitz and Gatorface, which is gonna be the next ones coming in, and they are both interesting.
Special.
They both have an interesting design in a very different way. I'm not even very strange Glitch. It's a very strange bot. I cannot say much about them apart from you can see he's equipped on Alpha Bravo, who's gonna. They have just they've been in playtest for like only 2 days, so like we're still really working on what they do. But yeah. Let's see the other one.
Oh.
Very cute.
It's good.
We should have put him next to Skullmaster.
Skullmaster, yeah.
Having both in it, kind of crocodile form. Yes, for people asking, this is gonna be a gunner bot.
Yeah.
It's a gunner combat bot, and it's actually gonna be only available to gunners too. So.
To gunners, and there will be question to gunners and probably Skybus and Onslaught as well.
Yeah, some people are wondering what is Glitch head, and he has no head. No, it's just like a horizontal thing. Yeah.
There is a bit of a head, no?
There is a head. There is a head.
It's like
just really flat. It's really weird for Transformer. It doesn't look like any other Transformers, but like that little gun thing. That's kind of his head.
That gun thing is actually his head. Yeah.
It looks like a mecha or something.
It's a very strange design, but interesting. Yeah, just a quick look at them. There will be more information of what they actually do in next week's newsletter because they will be released next week.
we spoil anything since we do have some of the design done, or do you want to leave the option?
No, let's leave the option off.
Okay, cool. All right.
Cool. I got a question about the Omega Supreme and Overlord parts. Some people asking for the 3-star. The 3-star is already in the shop, the Shanic shop, but you need to have unlocked Omega Supreme and Overlord. 4-star, I just checked. It's been a month since the release. Still a bit early to release it on the shop, as many people fought hard to get them, that part. So we'll consider it to put it in a date. And the 5-star, it's still too early for that. And 4-star is already pretty powerful. But yeah, so we haven't forgotten. It's there on the list. We do write down character suggestions. We see some names there like Slingshot, Discover, Beachcomber, Runabout, brother of Ranamak. So yes, we take in consideration your ideas for characters. We're always looking for interesting pairings, so don't worry about it. We write them down and we consider it for future releases.
People are asking about replays. Probably it's been a while since we discussed about it. Unfortunately, the way the replay system works is not accurate, considering now that we have so many things happening. Because the system is not, it's actually the only thing that the system knows is you deploy the bot here, then the bot did this ability at some point, and then the logic runs on in between, and it's like how you play the game. The bot was here, then it will be working up there, and then it will actually, based on target prioritization, it will actually behave similar. So if the bot, for some reasons, because he meets with another bot, gets pushed a little bit on the side, that could mean that the logic will actually go out of sync, and the results are going to be different because the bot go closer to defenses. And unfortunately, that's the system. Like changing it or updating to new better system is a massive undertaking. So this is why we have not actually done it. We probably talk about months and months of work, and even like for other games, I think that they were actually based on server logic, like Clash of Clans. It's a bit easier because actually the logic runs on the server, so pretty much it's the same. It's quite similar, but ours is like a complexity issue in the decision of how they actually implement the system in the start, making it quite tricky to keep accurate. But I think you can always use the replays to know an indication of what's happening, like the strategies that people have used, or the bots and the outposts, and how some of your, if you do some approach like a Star Saber Sacrifice or a later one, how you can actually do. Maybe it's not going to be 100% representation, but it's a good indication, I think, for if you can see other people's replay of how to approach a base and go from there. But there are differences, and unfortunately, this is not something we can change easily. It's gonna be massive work, and there's other things we'd rather be investing this time for.
There's some question about will Leozak be a triple changer? No, it won't be a triple changer.
Are we showing Leozak this time?
No, we're not.
Okay, because I saw something.
No.
We did show some images of Leozak and I forgot about the other guy.
Scattershot.
I will say something because there were some questions about Leozak not looking how he used to look. Our design is not based on the original cartoon, Victory cartoon, and the original toys. That's because those are so old that it's really hard to get a really accurate representation. That's why we usually base it on toy lines. And we've gone to the latest toy line, which is a different kind of jet. It's an F-22 instead of I think it was an F-15 back in the animation. But we are gonna have a look at changing his head. There were some observations that he's one of the most popular thing from the cartoon is like he has like a kind of a lion head. So we are gonna tweak that a bit from the initial design that you guys see in the thing. But no, the wings, unfortunately, we're gonna stay there because that's an F-22 and that's the wings it has. As I said, like we're not gonna change the model or what he transforms into because we're based on the new toy.
Talking about Scattershot and Leozak, we have some nice trivia that are related to these two bots. So I'm going to go on and ask the first question. So I'm going to remind you the rules of the game. Just post your answer for the question in the chat together with your in-game name, alliance name, and HQ level, so we can find you and send you some freebies in the days following the stream. So the first question is about Scattershot. Nathan Webb wrote to us, Scattershot is an incredible warrior, but he has a habit of running off what resources? Scattershot regularly runs out of one resource. What is it?
Could be.
A reminder to put your in-game name, alliance, and HQ level, so can find you in the game. Yeah, what resources is Scattershot usually running out?
The Energon, Spark, Alloy.
In the meantime, I'll take some other questions. So people are asking about zone rebalancing. There's actually one person, but it's really annoying when he tries to spam. But I'll go for it. So it's not easy to do a rebalance that works as you want. Like yes, there are HQ16s for zone 13, but that could be HQ16s with like a HQ like 12 defenses, or they have like really weak outposts. So that you could have a zone 16 base on zone 14, but it has like a combiner. It could be, the combiner could be really powerful. It's all numbers. In the end of the day, we can put like something like these zones should have a defense number that's between here and here, and hope for the best. But you will always find like maybe everything is bad, but it has a really powerful combiner that can actually tip the scales and actually make the difference. So according to how the system of zones is, that our defense thing is the accumulation of defenses, and we have not actually say you can only go to HQ, upgrade HQ after you finish upgrading all the buildings of that HQ. Since we leave like the ability to, you can have an HQ 16, but your defense could be from 4 HQs below. It's not easy to change, or nothing that makes sense. I think at the moment as it is, it mostly works. Zone 13 sometimes can be hard. You should be trained or equipped to deal with the damage, and it's always been designed. Zone 13 should be some most easy bases. Some of them should be hard. Zone 14 should be harder, and it goes from there. I think the balance is there. People have used to it. If we trick it, people will complain again, like, oh, it's too easy, it's too hard. It's never going to be perfect for the person or for the people's squad. We just need to be aware that this is going to be the cases that you can actually be facing. Cool. Shall we go back to the questions?
Yeah. So, do you want to give the answer?
I just wanted to give a hint. According to Engineer Hoist, is tacos. It's not tacos. Some people is saying leadership. It's not leadership. But what it is, Fabian?
It is ammunition.
Yes.
I mean, it was kind of like the answer was in the name of the bot, right? If you're going to be a Scattershot, you're going to run out of ammunition.
Yeah, and targets probably.
Yeah. You don't want to run out of tacos, though.
No, never run out of tacos. So, winners?
Winners are Vashto from One Prime. We have Cage 1123 from Warpath Knights, and finally Dash Raven from No Other Option.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Maybe you don't get ammunition, but you get some freebies for the game. So congrats. And we can jump to the second question.
Sure. The second question is, Leozak had a sister in the Collection Club comics. I'll start again. Leozak had a sister in the Collectors Club comics and Transformers manga. But what was her name?
Yeah.
What was the name of Leozak's sister?
So, yeah, sister. I think it's a Google answer kind of questions. But yeah, we have a picture, but I think it says too much. Maybe for a second.
It says, does the picture say the name?
I think so. Let me check. Well, part of it, and this is the picture. So there is part of it, and we can see like super. It also has the same style, like a Leon style helmet, And in the other side, we see Leozak from a screenshot of what may be Nathan's web phone. And he's carrying like some drinks. And there is a huge pile of gold behind him. So I have no idea which comic is that. But
And he does look like the one we have in the game. One of the people who want the old wings. I mean, there's so many iterations. I'm afraid, guys. Like, I mean, I'll definitely want to keep the head because that's reminiscence of the animation. But sorry about the wings. It's not our fault. We just follow the trend.
yeah, so who is this girl whose hands look very, very small, according to that manga screen? And there is a lot of people behind her, like staring. What's happening there? It's manga. Okay, back to the faces. So basically, we need the name of that girl, Liuzak's sister.
I see the answer. So I didn't know this. I didn't know the answer, but it's funny. They didn't look too far away from really or not an original.
We can look for some.
I think we have the winners now.
We do.
Cool. Do you want to?
Give the answer first.
Yeah. So the
The answer
answer is Lysak.
Lysak.
Yeah, that's funny.
Leozak, Lysak.
And surname is Minelli, no? Lysak Minelli.
That made me laugh. Okay, and the winners are Gigabomb98 from Scorched Demigods. We have Silverbolt 94. Yeah, from TF Demo Ops. And finally, we have Cispray 1216 from S7 Black Company. Congratulations to
Look
you.
at that.
Congratulations, everyone.
Cispray got a buff on ability and also a freebie for the game. That's very lucky.
It's his day for free.
It's Shark Week.
Cool.
Cool.
So I think that's all that we had to show. So we can probably do some more questions and answers. Are we gonna have anything special for Black Friday coming up?
Yes. So Black Friday, that is next week, we'll have lots of, as previous years, we'll have small flash sales for all the newest bundles, like newest combat bots, the newest bots. So it will be a good chance to complete your collection for combat, for bots. There will be a quick rotation of all. There will be combiners, items, and also every bundle will have some extra stuff. Not crystals, but it will be like some small amount of spark or something like that, as we have done with Halloween and as we did last year. So it will be a bit on top of the typical values. And there may be some other surprises. So keep tuned.
There might be a surprise actually that I think some people will find they will like. More details to be seen next week if you actually get in time. But there might be something really interesting that I don't want to spoil right now.
Yeah, certainly you don't want to miss it.
But I think people will love that. So let's see.
Yeah. So another question about a specific course in Shanix store. It's unlikely to happen as we have many bots, like a specific G1 or a specific attachment course for some of the bots. But we'll just keep having this random one for bots or G1 or whatever. But it's unlikely we put specific ones. Still, dupes are the best source for them. What else?
Let's see if there's anything.
Anyone knows when Earthrise is dropping? I don't know. I think we checked last stream, but I hear no news about the show.
Yeah, I'll be trying to find it, but it has not been announced by Netflix, so it's your guess is as good as ours. So it's not like something I can actually spoil. We just don't know yet. Hopefully around Christmas, I would like to see it then, but no idea. I mean, the black as you guys are.
Mostly Lewis was asking question about Optimus Prime and Megatron's ability, asking if the changes we talked about were available to all level. So there's two dimensions to this, like from level 1 to 10, the damage that's dealt over a duration that makes the ability seemingly work better, we think, is available from level 1 to 10. And the shield only is available at level 11. So to answer the question, the answer is probably yes.
Puppy Bliss. Sorry, man, no change on Trust Face. It's easy to actually to change a bot when he's still in design, like with changing Leozak's head. Really hard to do on an older bot, so sorry, no use for that. I did try to go in the file and see if I could actually repaint it, but it's not it's not easy to do. So we'll see.
Nice. I wonder if Rocket League will ever crossover with Transformers. I can't foresee any more unlikely thing to happen like that crossover. By the way, have you seen, guys, the X weapon? No, what's the name? X-Men crossover toy.
Yeah, the new the Blackwing that converts into a Transformer. I remember how the X-Men jet used to call. It's an interesting one.
Yeah, it has like Wolverine's sharp
And
laser.
Cyclops like a.
Yeah, that's true.
And
yeah, you go.
sorry, I was just reading. Nothing. Nothing to add.
I'm just going to run you through what we talked about today as we wrap up, and I'll let you find some last minute question if there is. So today we talked about Restorative Justice, the event happening this weekend. We read a little bit of dialogue. We talked about the ability level 11. There are 2 news feeds in the game with all the details for them, and you can also like give them a spin before you decide to upgrade. Finally, we talked about Glitch and Gatoface, which are the next gunner combat bot coming into the game next week. Yeah, I think that was it.
Cool.
Yeah, a lot of things to show this time around. Next stream, we'll definitely be able to show Leozak scatter shots in the showroom and actually his ability. Talk about some new stuff happening in the game. Maybe have some information about HQ 70.5. So I hope the next stream is gonna be as content heavy as this one.
Hopefully.
We are working on a lot of things, so hopefully, guys, you'll get to see them and experience them soon, and keep enjoying the game.
Especially HQ 17.5, we've been working for it on a while. Just like can't wait.
We just need to get it finished. Like, I mean, I do love the new building. I just need to make it to the final perfection of it. And there's some other stuff you have done that's gonna be really interesting. I do really want to see how it's gonna affect game balancing, because there's a lot of little things, customizations, and people's decisions that you will actually be able to change a lot of stuff in the base. So yeah, I really want to see how that's gonna affect the game balancing going forwards.
Nice. So new stuff for the game, some of the oldest stuff, like all these characters getting new ability, many things happening, and that's good.
Okay, guys, I think that's it for us.
That's all we've got for today.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Hope to see you in 2 weeks' time again.
Enjoy the weekend event.
Take care and stay safe.
Yeah. Stay safe. See you in 2 weeks.
See ya. Bye.
See you all. Bye.